Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to talk about Ohio State. I'm an Ohio State fan. We're going to talk about Ohio State's quarterback battle and who I think is going to probably win the quarterback battle when it's all said and done. Now, I realize we're in June. We have a long ways to go. We got about a couple months until the actual regular season begins. Right now, the players are currently in summer camp. They're kind of still, some guys still learning the offense. Quarterbacks, whenever it comes to some of the quarterbacks, new guys, Will Howard's new, Julian Sain's new, Aaron Nolan's new. From what we've been seeing with Ryan Day, it's a very interesting battle. A lot of the guys have shown some strengths, some have shown their weaknesses, and they're trying to fine-tune the weaknesses and trying to bring out those strengths and make everybody be the best player possible. The situation that we have on hand is the quarterback is the most important position in football, and Ohio State does not have a true answer at that position. The past couple of years, we've had answers going all the way back to like the early 2000s. Braxton Miller with J.T. Barrett. Cardale Jones was able to step in and play his ass off. Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud. These guys have all been able to step up in the biggest moments and just play their asses off. But this year, it just seems like even with last year, with Kyle McCord, Kyle played good. He had a great season. It's just he didn't play at like the level that we've seen the past quarterbacks play at. We saw Dwayne Haskins in 1 year put up 50 touchdowns. Justin Fields put up about 50 touchdowns. C.J. Stroud was able to ball out in both his seasons with Ohio State. And as a Ohio State fan, we need to see more out of these guys. So like I said, what I wanted to do is to kind of talk about the quarterback battle, give my opinion on each quarterback, how they're doing, what I think of them, what I think about their game, and where they can kind of go, and if they have a shot or not to become the starter. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciative to do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now starting off, let's talk about Lincoln Kierholz. Lincoln, I think, is a solid player. He shows the intangibles. He's got a big arm. He can move a little bit. He's more of a pocket passer if you kind of look at his play style. He got to play in the Cotton Bowl last season after Devin Brown got injured. Lincoln went out there and he didn't really show a lot. He had a couple of opportunities downfield. The ball kind of sailed on. Receivers dropped a few passes. It just seemed like the whole game, it's like he had maybe one or two really high moments, but everything else was just like so mid. Now I think with Lincoln, if he had a full offseason of development, training, knowing that he's probably going to be the guy and he has something to look forward to and he knows I have to take this opportunity and run with it, maybe he could be a really good quarterback for the team. But I think after that, like I said, the Cotton Bowl, the coaches, the fans, we've all just kind of saw that game and we just said we don't want to see you touch the field ever again. Next up, we got Devin Brown. And Devin Brown seems like the guy that we think can possibly take the starting job. Devin Brown is a quick, agile mover. He's a quick motherfucker, I'll tell you that much. He's got a slingshot of an arm. He can move around and throw the ball at an angle. We saw him take some situational run plays, quarterback options, quarterback reads a couple of times throughout the season, and he really did good at it. The way Ohio State tried to use him last year was almost like as if he was like a different version of Justin Fields, to where he can go in there and maybe try to make the other team fear his legs rather than just saying, okay, if it's going to be a handoff, it's a handoff. If he doesn't hand it off, it's obviously a pass. And with Devin Brown, you have to fear three things: a run, handoff, a pass, and also him scrambling out of there and going for some yards. Now, out of all five quarterbacks, I think Devin Brown kind of knows the system the best. He's been with the team the longest. He understands the system. He understands the way the offense works. So if anybody kind of was going to be on the hot seat of who knows this offense the best, Devin Brown's obviously the guy. And if Ryan Day is looking at his guys and saying, like, who's going to understand this offense and know where the ball needs to go at certain times, at certain instances, certain situations, Devin Brown's going to be the first guy to raise his hand and be like, I'm your guy. Kind of giving a quick rating on like these guys. I'll give like ratings as well as like how much of a chance they have of like 1 to 10. I'd say with Lincoln Kierholz, I'd say he's got like a 4 out of 10 to start. Devin Brown, I'm going to give him like a solid 7. Moving on, we got Julian Sain. Now, he's the recruit coming in. He was with Alabama. Now he's coming to Ohio State. And he looks like the kind of guy that he could start right away. He looks like he's ready for the dance. He looks like he can go out there and throw it all over the field. He can really sling the ball. I will say that much. The problem is with Ohio State, the Ohio State does not play freshmen. That's the problem. They don't play freshmen. They don't play true freshmen, especially. They don't play young players. It's just better way to kind of explain it. Ryan Day and even just Ohio State in general, they like maybe like a third-year sophomore, your juniors, your seniors, just be the ones starting. I think Julian Sain has a good opportunity to sit for this year, learn the offense, learn the way the offense runs, and next year he has a real chance of start. I will say that. His chances of starting, I'd say, I'll give it like a 5 out of 10 because like there is that thought in the back of my mind that says he has a shot if he keeps on playing well in summer camp and shows the quarterbacks or shows the other quarterbacks that he is a great player. Maybe they'll get some respect from them. Ryan Day will see it. Offensive coordinators will see it. And he might have a shot. Second to last is Aaron Nolan. Aaron Nolan, like kind of like what Julian's saying, he's going to have to sit for a season. And I think he knew that coming into the offense, coming into the team this season, he knew that he was going to have to sit at least one season. He's got great play style. He can do a lot of things. In the spring game, he did kind of shit the bed a little bit. He's shown some weaknesses. He's going to have to sit, kind of learn, kind of figure it out, and he'll kind of adjust from there. He's got a great arm. He can run around. He's going to be another Justin Fields, or like maybe what you see from JT Barrett. He's going to be one of those types of players. And I'm willing to even go ahead and call it out right now. Aaron Nolan is a future Heisman candidate if he gets on the field. Aaron Nolan's chances of starting, I'm going to say, is like a 2 out of 10 because I don't think he needs to see the field at all this season, except for like if the team gets up 56-0 and they want to say, okay, Julian, Air, all these guys, if you want to go out there and just hand the ball off a little bit, maybe like throw little short screen passes, you can go out there now. And last up, we got Will Howard. Will Howard is my guy that I think is going to be the starter, mainly because he has a lot of experience. Like I mentioned earlier, Ohio State likes guys that are experienced. He's been on the college scene. He's played in games. He was a baller with Kansas State, has a Big 12 title under his belt, I believe. He can run, he can throw. He's a smart dude. He understands the offense, and he's got a lot of weapons to use. One little thing I do need to mention for all these quarterbacks, with the litter of talent that is around this offense, there should be no excuse to not succeed. 5 stars after 5 stars all around your receiver room with Jeremiah Smith, Emeka Egbuka, Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis. The list goes on and on and on, and more 5 stars are coming. The tight end position, I believe they just signed a 4-star. He's coming in. He's going to be great. The offensive line is getting better this season. I believe we just got a bunch of new players in there. The question is with the offensive line is if they do not fix themselves, they're going to need a quarterback that can move around. I think with Lincoln Carroll's, the problem is they don't want him there because he can't really move around a lot. Aaron Nolan, he might be a little bit flustered. He might try to take off too much. And same thing with Julian, saying he's young. He might try to do too much, and they want a guy in there that's just going to understand the offense, realize, hey, my offensive line might not be too good. I understand that. I'm going to have to work with it and see what I can get out of my offense. Now, with Will Howard as a player, he's got a good arm. Not a big arm. He's got a good arm, though. Accuracy is one of those things that's like very up and down throughout his time with Kansas State. But some of those things is something that Ryan Day and even offensive coordinator for Ohio State can kind of work on. And they can help him fine-tune those skills. Now, when it comes to Will Howard's chances of starting, I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to say 10 out of 10, but I'm going to say like a 9.5 out of 10 because it's going to have to be Will Howard. Now, here's my thing with Will Howard. I fear that he's going to be kind of like one of these quarterbacks that he's going to be into the Common Core. He's going to be a player to where when he plays the shit teams, he's going to play good, not great, good. There's going to be opportunities for big plays down the field, like 15, 20-yard in-breaking routes where he has the man open, but he's not going to see it. He's going to be looking for somebody else. There's going to be chances where maybe it's like a deep ball downfield. He's going to have to push this ball about 40, 50 yards, and he might undercut him. Or there might be an opportunity where it's going to be like, hey, pull and run, and he might buy into the system too much of like, no, Ryan Day told me I need to throw it to here, and he's going to be locked on this guy, and here comes a rusher coming around the side when all he had to do was just run that way, and he could have scrambled for 10, 15 yards. I've seen this movie with Common Core, and I am scared to death we're going to get with Will Howard. Now, as always, I'm not saying Ryan Day and the Ohio State offense needs to do this shit that I'm saying, that these are the order of what these guys need to start. I'm just saying, Will Howard, I feel the most comfortable with him, but I'm not saying I feel super comfortable. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree or disagree with anything I said? What do you think about Ohio State quarterbacks? Do you think Will Howard should be the starter, like I said? If you think one of the other guys should be the starter and you want to go ahead and leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below, be more than welcome to do so, and I'll be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I did poster and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.